Welcome to Fallout 76. This is Jim. In this video, we're going to take a look at the weekly challenges that we got. That starts on Tuesday, November 19th, goes to next Tuesday, November 26th, 2024. Let's take a look at this week's weekly challenges and see what we got. All right, we get some good ones here. I have many videos on my channel that will help you guys out and give you different ideas, different locations, easy areas, hard areas over there. If you're a brand spanking new player to the game, you're a returning player, even if you're an experienced player, there's a particular daily, weekly challenge that's giving you a hard time or trouble. I'm sure you'll find a video on my channel that will help you. Try to keep my videos as updated as I possibly can. And of course, you guys are awesome. The great comments and tips, which I greatly appreciate. Okay, it being Tuesday, we got these new fresh weeklies here. Of course, we did our dailies and our daily challenge video earlier. So I did use a score booster drink. So if you take a look at the top right hand corner of the screen, I have a 50% boost going on. Now I get a 25% boost off the Season 18 Season Pass. And how I get that is being a Fallout First member. And I claim that right off of 3 pages on the Season 18 Season Pass. There's one that's for 5, there's one that's 10, and another one that's 10, so it equals 25%. Okay, so just an FYI, if when this season ends, okay, basically that will go down to 0 until I make my way through the Season Pass again, make my way through the pages, and then I'll get the 25% boost there as well. Right, so just an FYI, someone had explained it last week. I thought it was a good explanation, just in case for those of you who are unaware, or I didn't explain it good enough. Of course, I get another 25% boost to make it 50 because I use a score booster drink. Of course, the score booster drink gives us a 25% boost for 24 hours, so we can only use one score booster drink at a time. All right. Let's take a look here. Have our work cut out for us this one around here. Okay. Take a look at this one here. Kill a creature. Wow, well-fed 20, right? So the main thing you got to remember, you can either be well-fed or fully fed. And of course, a creature can be anything but a human or a robot, all right? So one thing you can check to see if you're well-fed, just open up your Pip-Boy. You go under Stats, go under Effects. As you go down, you see there I am fully fed, 97%. Now, I've seen well-fed, which is below fully fed, down as low as 64%, but I think the cutoff for that is maybe 62% or so. So just an FYI, you can bring your food bar down quite a ways, all right? But again, either well-fed or fully fed will work. And again, a creature could be anything but a human or a robot, all right? So we're actually going to go after some Scorched here, because we do see another one here where we have to scrap pipe guns. Okay, and pipe guns, good source of pipe guns if we can either craft them ourselves or we can get them right off of Scorched or super mutants and around the forest region. If you travel outside the forest region, a lot of those same enemies will have, more or less combat rifles, combat shotguns, and such. Right. So the pipe guns are more so in around the forest region, I find some. Right, so let's pop over here to the Somerville's docks. Start off down here. We'll find a few combat shotguns and rifles with these guys here. Right, let's go ahead. Now you can go after super mutants, you can go after cryptids, you can go after mole miners, whatever you want to do, ghouls if you so wish. Now you see I've already kind of had it partially done. It's because I did the Invaders from Beyond event during our daily challenge video. Please get a pump action, that's fine. So we'll just go along here and pick up the weapons as we go along here. Just got a pipe one there, nice, let's grab that. And that's what we'll do here. So you saw that rad roach up there. Now if you are lower level, and that's pretty cool. If you are lower level, you can always go through Flatwoods. It's down through Flatwoods. There's a lot of, Brahmin. There's a couple of possums. There's some mole rats that are really easy to go through. Okay, you can just kind of go through that area, and you can server hop it a couple times until you're done. right? Just in case your brain's picking you and you don't have a real powerful weapon, you can always do it that way as well. To give you guys as many options as possible. Yeah, here's already dead for some reason. Yeah, there's usually a rad pup that's around. Maybe he lost that battle. What do you guys think? Nice, this guy's got a pipe gun on him as well. Nice. Now, usually there is a pipe gun right on this table right here. They're nice. Let's check this guy. Combat shotgun, okay. Let's keep going to the dam here. Take care of these guys up here. There's quite a few of them, so hopefully one of them, a couple of them will give us some pipe weapons. At the end of the day, if you're having a hard time, you know, if it's not going your way, you can always craft them at your weapons workbench. But again, that will cost you some resources that you may or may not have. But it is, you know, a pretty good option. Who's that guy walking over? Huh! There we go, kill a creature while well fed. 20 for 20, done. Just like that. Just like that. Okay, he's got a pipe gun there. Awesome. Nice. Alright, let's take a look at this one here. Scrap a pipe gun 20. So as I mentioned, you can go ahead and craft pipe guns at your weapons workbench if you so wish. Or you could do what I'm doing. We're just going after some Scorched. You can also go after some Super Mutants. And I find sometimes, even up here, like these cultists up here and these Blood Eagles, sometimes they'll have the odd pipe weapon on them also in the forest region, right? I'm not saying every single one, but, you know, the odd one for sure. So we're going to keep going ahead here and take care of these guys. Okay, so we're getting into the shotguns here. So let's go to another spot. Let's go to another spot here, Jimmy. Let's pop up here to Tyler County Fairgrounds. We'll take care of some Scorched up here. Maybe they'll have some more pipe weapons on them. Even Morgantown Airport's pretty decent, but these guys seem to have... you're getting to the shotgun kind of category as we go along here. And we'll see what we can pick up, right? We'll go through here and we'll just keep it for here, and whatever we don't gather, we'll just kind of craft ourselves to kind of make up the difference. Yeah, pump action shot. Revolver. Grab that Pleasant Valley claim ticket. Pipe auto, nice. Get one more guy in here. We'll head back to our camp. How you doing? Alright, that's fine. Alright, let's head back to our camp here. And again, this one here could take you a little longer to complete. Alright, let's go ahead and scrap what we got here. All these pipe weapons, exception to that, of course. Right? So, again, let's see how many we have. We have 6 to 20, so still have a little ways to go, but let's go ahead and craft. Hopefully we can craft the difference here. Let's get on to pipe guns. So pipe guns we can actually craft very early on in game. As you can see, level 1. I know when I started my new character several months ago, I was able to craft these bad boys right off the hop. Alright, so I think, yeah, with the exception of the syringer, I think this one here, I don't think you can craft it right off the hop. I can't quite remember, but we'll craft a couple of these guys here. Just a bunch of level 1s. Now, we could use Super Duper. I never actually tried Super Duper crafting weapons. I don't know. I know if there was a time it didn't work, but perhaps it would have worked. But maybe someone knows for sure if Super Duper will help us out with that nowadays. I know it did before, but then I think they took it away from us. But just let me know in the comments and share that with other people. So let's go ahead and scrap these items here. This is something you can always do if you need to get mods as well. Here we go. Scrap pipe gun, 20 for 20. Just like that. Alright, but this one is a week long, so you do have all week to get this stuff if you so wish. What's next? Big Nuka-Cola 25. So again, talk about this all the time. Have these Nuka-Cola Collectron stations. This one here is the Quantum one. We got this back in Season 11 scoreboard when Nuka World on Tour first came out. And as you can see, he will passively collect various types of Nuka-Cola products while you play the game. Now, when this guy goes on sale, it's usually bundled with other things, maybe once or twice a year. Right now, there is another variation of this. If we open up our build menu here and go under the resource tab, we have this bad boy right here. I think we get this one way back in Season 4, Season 5 scoreboard. I remember when it came out, everyone was so excited for it. And it's still to this day, is awesome to have. And again, he will also collect maybe the odd ball or two. Right, so just an FYI. But again, when this guy goes on sale, it's usually for 250 or 500 atoms. And the atoms maybe once or twice a year. But again, when it does, everyone is so happy it does. But we can also buy it using gold bullion. If you have a cautious reputation with the settlers, right down here in Foundation, we have Samuel. You can buy it for 1250 gold bullion. We can find, Nuka-Cola products all over the wasteland. We have that Nuka-Cola kiosk that's there at Tyler County Fairgrounds, right where we're just at. Of course, we have the Camden Park. We have a picnic table area here in Lewisburg. A couple of Nuka-Cola machines there. Pretty good Nuka-Cola machine here in the Green Country Lodge right around the swimming pool area. Pretty good Nuka-Cola machine here in the Philippi Battlefield Cemetery. We can find Nuka-Cola machines. Not everyone will have Nuka-Cola products inside. Usually it's the ones that has the little doors in the front of them where you'll find Nuka-Cola products. Pretty good spot over here at Sunday Brothers Cabin. That's when you spawn in, you go towards the house, but you don't go to the house, you kind of stop, and there's a little kiosk on the left-hand side with a cane-to-cane roof. Usually all kinds of tin cans there, and there'll be usually about 4 Nuka-Cola products there as well. But hands down, one of the best spots for Nuka-Cola products for free is right down here in Nuka World on Tour. Just a free fast travel once we need discovered. So let's pop down here. And again, depends on the server that you're on. even if you're on a private one. Depends on if you're on a server with other people. You guys have seen me do this little run quite sometimes. Well, look at that. That's pretty awesome. Nice. That's pretty awesome. That's we haven't seen that full like that in a while. Again, it depends on the server that you're on. You guys have seen me do this enough where sometimes we get skunked, and it can and will happen, even on private servers. You have proven that out many times. We're going to go up here. We're going to check these little kiosks here. We're just going to drink them as we go. It's always good to check these tables here as well. I have a hard time getting, that's why I have to jump. It's just a bottle, isn't it? And right there. You'll predominantly find the Nuka-Cola Cherry or Nuka-Cola Classic in these kiosks, but when they do show up, you can always server hop this location as well, and maybe, you know, you'll have better luck finding them. You can always check these right here. Nice. There's a Nuka-Cola machine right here. There's a couple in these machines. One right there. Alright, so now we're going to head down towards the vending machines. And there's one more little spot down here. This is a pretty good server, actually. Now, I've been skunked before on private servers. It's just like, what is going on? But it's always good to kind of check these little kiosks here as well.
I like your
Check
face.
these tables. There's usually a couple right up these shelves here. Right, nice, nice. Now we do have these vending machines. At the end of the day, if you're a person that is short on time, you only have a couple days a week that you can play this game, okay? And some of us are definitely in that position. You can buy them. You can buy them from these vending machines here if you so wish. And again, basically, you could just server hop this area, and you can just buy these every single time and just fill your boots if you so wish. All right? Now, one thing good about the vending machines here, the inventory does not tie into Bubbles' inventory. And of course, Bubbles is up here at the White Spring Refuge. This particular icon right here brings you to the front door. You go upstairs, you head, take a right. You go to the tavern, you go to the medical bay, you go to the big area where the responders are. And then to the left, we have that store with Bubbles and Giuseppe that trades things for stamps. You go ahead and buy the same stuff from Bubbles. Bubbles' inventory is not tied into the vending machine's inventory, right? Let's go ahead here. We're going to drink the rest of this Nuka-Cola. Drink these cherries here. We've got all kinds of them. There we go. Drink Nuka-Cola 25 for 25. Now, fun fact, back in the day when we first started getting daily weekly challenges, when it said drink Nuka-Cola, you could only drink Nuka-Cola Classic. If you drink any other flavor, it didn't work. Fun fact. Alright, what's next? Alright, craft bulk steel 3. Okay, so the way to craft bulk steel is, of course, at a Tinker's Workbench. You can use one if there's a Tinker's Workbench in the Wasteland. You can go to your own Tinker's Workbench. You can go to someone else's camp's Tinker's Workbench, whatever you want to do. Alright, let's go ahead and you're going to go craft. Now, steel is very abundant in the Wasteland. If you go ahead and pick up a bunch of weapons or some armor and scrap them, you can get steel that way. You can also get steel from tin cans, from disarmed can chimes, and you can find cans all over the place. Right, so we're going to go down here to bulk. Go down here to the S section. So to bulk 1 steel, you need 2 plastic and 30 steel scrap in your stash or scrap box. We're going to go ahead and bulk 3 of them. Done, just like that. Craft bulk steel 3 for 3, done. Easy. Right, what's next here? Collect soap 14. Okay, so there we can find soap in most bathrooms in around the Wasteland. I find there's a pretty good spot here at Fort Defiance. I find there's a lot of soap down here. Most bathrooms, as I say, there's a couple bathrooms in around the White Springs. Pretty good spot there as well. But one of the best spots is from soap is from a skeleton in a bathtub. And the best thing to do is you spawn here at the New River Gorge Bridge East, because it is an unmarked location where I'm going to take you. Now, there is a chance that if you looking for this week, everyone and their dog will be going after it too. So I highly recommend you may or may not have the server hop this location a couple of times, because everyone and their dog knows about this location. So just a word for warning, okay? It's not because they don't spawn there anymore. It's just that people got there before you on the server, okay? So once when you're here at New River Gorge Bridge East, we're going to head due south, okay? And we see that large antenna pylon there. That's where we are going. So let's head down here. Shouldn't need our weapon now. We should be pretty good here. Now, the main thing you got to remember, it is a little bit of a way down here. So if you don't have a jetpack to kind of cushion yourself there, you could die just from falling down the cliff here. So FYI. Now, most people know about this location, and one thing about people will just pick it all up. So just an FYI. So here is our skeleton in a bathtub, and here is our soap. So let's go ahead. We're just gonna pick up what we need here. There we go. Like soap 14 verse 14, done. Just like that. And one thing good about soap, when you scrap it, it gives you oil. Alright? As you can see, there's all kinds. I think there's like 23 soap in this bathtub. Pretty good spot. Popular spot. Right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Huh? Jim, why are you hitting the ground, bud? So funny. It's like whiff, 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 whiff right to the ground. They're like, yeah, this guy can't shoot. All right. Nice. What's next here, Jimmy? All right. Let's continue on this one here. Destroy Robot 30. All right. So sometimes this is just random spot. Okay. So sometimes it could be mongrels, could be mole rats. So this isn't a guaranteed spot for those robots. Okay. But where you can find robots for sure is, of course, right up here in good old Clarksburg, the upper section. The lower section will be full of ghouls, but the upper section will have various types of robots. You have Arctos Pharma. Probably one of the first robots you come across as a new player coming from Vault 76 is the Vault-Tec Agricultural Research Center. Of course, if fertile soil comes in, there's even more robots, but even so, there's robots here either way. Right down here, Charleston Train Yard. You do have Beckley Mine Exhibit. You have Hawksbill Weather Station. There's 4 RoboBrains that pop in there. You have good old Sugar Grove. Robco Research Center, just to name a few spots. Turrets are also considered robots, so if you come here to Bloody Frank's, Berkeley Springs, Harper's Ferry, all kinds of turrets in those areas. And also, if you find 3 large vertebrates that are flying in the air, they're kind of guarding the little tiny cargo bot one. If you drop them out of the sky, they are also considered robots as well. We've proven that in the past. All right, let's go ahead here. Let's pop up here to good old Clarksburg. We'll make our way with the rest of this weekly challenge here. And also, if you compete in the Invaders from Beyond, of course, Invaders from Beyond event has to be going on. But the drones are also considered robots. So here's the upper section here of Clarksburg. There's the lower section. You see the ghouls that are down there. We're just going to stick it to the upper section here. Lock and load this, Jimmy. We're going to have to get a refill here soon enough. Of course, it's getting dark out. One thing good about robots is they have all kinds of good stuff on them. Okay, here's already dead, of course. Even if you have a couple grenades, that'll also work. Protect John Watcher. He's watching the watchers. Watching the watchers, Jerry. He's in the frozen status right there. There's going to be two across the road here. As you can see, it's a really good spot. Oh. Thank you. Okay, let's head up here now. There should be two more robots over here. Side up there, as you can see them there. I'm going to unlodge myself. Nice. Usually one more on top of that building. Where is he? Okay. Yeah, I knew he was here somewheres. Oh, right there, hi. Aw, Jimmy. You just mind your business there, buddy. Just mind your business, that's all. Just mind your business. What in the world? Panic attack. Alright. Alright, let's go to the next spot here. We did pretty good there, so we're 26 to 30. Nice. Let's go to another spot here. Let's see here, Jimmy. Let's pop down here. Charleston Train Yard. We'll go after some Liberators here. Finish it off. Lots of fun Tuesdays there. Getting the dailies done, these weeklies done. Loads of fun. Doing some dancing. He's doing some dancing. We just need one more. We get him from up here. Nice. Destroy a robot, 30 for 30 done. Just like that. Alright, what's next? But the teddy bear 9. Okay, so there's many great spots where you can find teddy bears in and around the wasteland. Now, we can find the random one or two around, alright? But the spot up here at the nice edge, you come up here to the nice edge, there's usually about 2 or 3 rat scorpions. But just a little bit to the east there, you'll come across a little red barn. There's usually 9 to 11 teddy bears up in that little section. There's also some enemies up there as well, but it's hard to get to those teddy bears. I recommend bringing a couple of frag grenades with you, so just kind of throw them against the wall and it'll fling down those teddy bears for you, okay? Just because you can jump up and try to grab them if you so wish, but it can be a little difficult. Over here at Clancy Manor, we can find 4 of them here in the kitchen. Tyler County Fairgrounds is definitely where it's at because we can find all the different types of teddy bears we have here in the game, but the only thing is they are all spread out. Right down here at Camden Park, we do have the Dross Toss. You find 4 or 5 of them there as well. All right, let's go to Tyler County Fairgrounds. It's locked and load. I don't know if those scores will be back here or not, but we'll go through the paces of getting the teddy bears. Now, we did this last week, I believe, and we actually had to go to a couple different spots because we were on a public server. And everywhere we went, teddy bears were gone, okay? And these, as I try to explain to people, especially I could tell people that are new to the game, okay? People can be a little impatient and a little frustrated trying to find these things for these daily challenges and weekly challenges. But I highly recommend, especially for those of you who aren't used to Fallout 76, you can server hop these areas, okay? And, you know, the frustration can be real, but don't let it get the best of you. Just go ahead and, you know, do your best. And, you know, you may have the server hop a couple times. It's definitely part of the game, right? But I do appreciate people mention that, you know, hey, don't see them here, because that is a possibility as well. You know, we could, you know, they do change this game quite often. And sometimes they, you know, they don't tell us when they change it, right? One thing about this spot, as I mentioned, they are all spread about. These teddy bears. Sugar bombs there today, eh? Nice. Okay, I thought there was one there. I think there's one over here. Oh, there's that Nuka-Cola area that I mentioned, that Nuka-Cola stand here. Okay. Sometimes I come here and it's full. Other times it's not. Depends on the server that you're on again. Nice. As I mentioned, you can get every different type of teddy bear they have here in the game here at Tyler County Fairgrounds. You just gotta walk around and look for them. Okay, what is next here, Jimmy boy? Right, eat a meat-based meal, 25. Okay, so again, has to be a meat-based meal. Even if you're a herbivore, you can complete this daily challenge. And the same thing, if it's eat a plant-based meal, you can complete that challenge, or if you're a carnivore, right? So FYI. So we can do it the old-fashioned way. Now we do have camp resources that can give us a meat-based meal, but we'll go ahead and we'll go after the old-fashioned way here. I'm going to start off up here at the Green Country Lodge down here in Flatwoods. And again, it's got to be a meal, right? Right up here, we have a couple of these bull rats here. Don't forget to take the meat. And just like when you harvest plants or crops, when you pick up meat, killing animals, you will automatically learn a simple recipe that you can use for these daily weekly challenges, right? There's usually up here, there's a couple of various types of animals. Sometimes it depends on the server what spawns in. Sometimes there are foxes. Grab the leg here. Sometimes there's rad stags up there, right? Got these mongrels here. Grab the meat. All right, let's keep going here. Of course, here in Flatwoods, we do have all kinds of ramen Yeah, right. Good for you, lady. Oh. He's coming for me. He saw me from way over there. And there's that Nuka-Cola machine that I mentioned right here, the Green Country Lodge. There's a couple in there. Pretty cool. Usually a couple of red roaches in here. Grab the meat off of that. One over here as well. Let's kind of pop out. Right here at the house with the red star. We'll have 3 Brahmin over here. Cutting fluid, eh? Right on. Alright, right on. There's a couple more Brahmin up here. Now I am on a private server, so don't worry. You can see me, you know, grabbing all this stuff. Holy. What are you doing, little fella? Is he hiding? He's hiding. He's just like, oh, no part of that, lunatic. Now get this thing off of me, will ya? Of course, there's 4 Brahmin over here. Just near the side with this garage with the yellow peak. Where's the other guy at? Anyway, that's enough anyway. We got all kinds of meat there. As you can see, a real good spot for meat. So let's head back to our camp just up the road here. That one right there. Now again, it has to be a cooked meal, okay? Eating the meat as is isn't going to work for you, okay? You have to actually have to cook. All right. So again, as I mentioned, anytime you pick up meat, you'll automatically learn a simple recipe, and your character will always know that recipe. Very similar to crops when you pick up corn or razor grain, etc., etc. You'll automatically learn a simple recipe. Same deal. All right. Let's go to our cooking station here. Let's go all food. Let's go ahead and craft this stuff here. And, you know, that's definitely the old-fashioned way, and there's definitely nothing wrong with doing it. As you can see, it's real easy to do. Look at that. Nice. Alright, now this is the Radstag Field Dressing Station. This is the one in the Atomic Shop there. Had it for the last couple of weeks. Seeing how we're on the subject. This bad boy right here. Part of that bundle, but here it is by itself. And again, very similar to the Thrasher Field Dressing Station, but this Radstag will only collect Radstag meat. So save yourself some time. Alright, this camp resource. It's just a time saver at the end of the day. Alright, it looks good, but it just saves you time. The people who are kind of short on time, like myself a lot, you know, we only have so much time in the day. But basically, this is where, you know, camp resources shine. Okay, and that's just one example. And here is the Thrasher Field Dressing Station here. And again, as you can see, it collects different types of meat each time. Okay, and again, when you pick that meat out of your dressing station, you'll learn that recipe, right? So FYI on that. Some other camp resources we do have the Mylark steamer. Now I know everyone knows about this Mylark steamer. Again, there are people who say, you know, you must have this, or I recommend it's good to have. Okay, if you do daily, weekly challenges, it's good to have because it just saves you time, because it not only collects meat, but it also cooks it at the same time. So meat-based meal, cook a meat-based meal, collect meat. This is definitely time saver. Okay, same with this pemmican that we got in season 17 off that season pass. Again, it is considered a meat-based meal, cooked meal, okay? And just like this Deathclaw slow cooker, again, not only collects meat, but it also cooks it at the same time. So again, a meat-based meal, it just saves you time. At the end of the day, if you're a person that does daily weekly challenges, if you don't have time to do it the old-fashioned way, I'm not saying it's a must-have, but I definitely recommend it. All right? So let's go ahead here without further ado. Let's eat this stuff up here. Again, meat-based meal. We're going to get the old meat sweats. I wonder how I have those. That's weird. Mylar jerky that we get from the Mylar steamer. Some pemmican here from our pemmican collector. Bunch of ribeye steak we collected. There we go. Eat a meat-based meal, 25 for 25, done. All right. Cool. Good stuff. What's next? All right, so we have one left here. Complete an event while well-fed 10. So I'm obviously not going to complete this in this video, but we'll still kind of go through, use one example. Okay, so complete an event. If you take a look at the description, you'll see a link to a video. It's called Complete Event for Newbies. You can check out that video if you so wish. You don't need to be a newbie to watch that video. It is all time-stamped. And the vast majority of the events that we do in that video, I spawn in myself. Okay, so you can spawn in events if you're on private servers and on public ones. The only thing that makes a difference is if you're on a public one, there's a cooldown involved from when the event was spawned in last. And being on a public server, trying to spawn in events might be a little bit harder, but you can definitely do it. Okay, so just in case, there's been times we look at the the map here and you're thinking, why is there nothing going on? And that's why in that video I showed how to spawn in certain events. Okay, and you can definitely do that yourself. At the end of the day, if you are having a hard time finding events on the map or events that you feel comfortable to do, you can easily claim a workshop on a map, any old workshop, and then in about 3 or 5 minutes time, you'll have to defend that workshop, and that also counts as an event. Okay, so FYI, there's many things to do, and of course we do have the Invaders from Beyond, which also counts as well. All right. And another thing, another stipulation here for this weekly challenge is you have to be well fed. Okay, so you can be well fed or fully fed. But if you go below well fed, it's not going to count. You can do events all day long, but you have to be at least well fed or fully fed to get credit while doing the event. And the way to check that, you go to your Pip-Boy, you go under Stat, and then you go under Effects. You scroll down, as we can see, fully fed 99%. So I have been down to well fed below before, which is below fully fed. And I believe it was 64%, but I think that's pretty close to the cutoff. I believe it's 61 or 62%, which is the cutoff for well fed. So just an FYI, you can take it right down there. All right. So it's always good to check either way, just in case you don't know what the bars mean, but it's always good to check it out here just to be sure. Okay. So let's go ahead. We're going to do an event here. You have this one here. We can also spawn in BattleBot. So we have Fly Swatter. We haven't done Fly Swatter for quite some time, so let's pop in here. Now this one here is time sensitive, so it depends on how much time is left, but we'll see what happens here. 56 seconds left. I don't think we'll have time, but we'll try our best here. I don't think we're gonna get it because, yeah, if I had a rifle, maybe get it a little bit better, but it's too far away. Keep lifting them. All right, so this one here, we're just a little bit short on time. I don't have the proper weapon, but just an FYI, let's get up here so we're not attacked here. So let's pop over here to Mount Blair Train Yard and see if we can spawn in BattleBot. Now, BattleBot, if we just walk over there, I'll probably spawn in for it. Let's try it. Let's go this way. Alright, so we spawned in BattleBot ourselves. Alright, so you can do it just by walking in the area, or you can simply fast travel to Mount Blair train yard, and that's one of the things we do in that video. And this guy here, he's pretty easy. Let's get him in the old fusion core here. Ouch. Alright, so now we're gonna get these Mr. Gutsies here. Jeez, more rats here. Alright, let's grab the stuff off this guy. Now this one here, don't forget to grab the bunker cards, okay? That's probably the most important thing. We're gonna head up here and grab the bunker card off this cat up here as well. Alright, so now we have both bunker cards. Head down here. Now this is a little bit of a glitch, but we still have to go through the paces, so we just can't come in here and hit the master shutdown. We still have to go through the paces of this, okay? So don't run, just walk. All you do, you might have to do it a couple times just to get used to it, but all you do is you just activate, you walk to the other side, come over here, you just spam it real quick here. Because I think the time sensitive, I think it's like 3 or 4 seconds, not very long. And then these doors should pop open, but they it's a little glitch where they stay open all the time. And then we go over here at the master shutdown. Done, there we go. So complete an event while well fed. Other nice stuff in there as well. Pretty cool. And that just gives you an example of what you have to do. So I'm obviously not going to go through, 10 events here, because this video will be like, almost 2 hours long. But you guys definitely get the gist of it. Just make sure you're either well fed or you're fully fed, and just check that out under stats, just in case you guys are unsure when you're looking at the bars. Okay? Yeah. Let's head back to our camp. So again, this being a weekly challenge, we have all week to do that, okay? And I'll just kind of complete it as the week goes on. But the main thing about it I wanted to show you is well fed and fully. Let's take a rat away here. Let's do that. There we go. Alright, let's take a look at these weekly challenges. Alright, done. The exception of this one, as I just mentioned. Good stuff. Good stuff. Now, of course, this one here, this repeatable. I don't know if everyone gets that or not. I was told not everyone does, but it does have a star next to it, so it means you can't re-roll it, but it's complete a public event. Now, the difference between an event and a public event is, of course, the public ones will come down here in the world activity. There'll be that little yellow hexagon with the exclamation mark in the middle, okay? As compared to the events that don't. You can find one here, right up here. So this one here, this manhunt. So this is an event, but it's not a public event, okay? Now, these events here, you can just kind of pop in, but you can't see how many participants in it. But this one here, you can when you click on it. It pops up with the event page like that. So you see how many participants, difficulty, and your rewards, etc., etc. So just an FYI there. All right, let's take a look at the weapon of the day here. course, I've been using this 2-shot refined sharpshooters alien blaster. +1 projectile, plus 100% recoil, plus 25% damage, minus 150% hipfire accuracy, plus 50% limb damage. Weapons breaks 50% slower. Target movement speed reduced by 30% for 3 seconds. The mods is the long barrel, sharpshooter script, cryo mag, short scope, and the Zenith Hate. Pretty cool weapon. 36 times 2 damage, 22 times 2 cryo damage. Uses alien blaster rounds, which you cannot convert in the ammo converter, which is unfortunate. It's a little bit of a pain. It's a good weapon. They actually nerfed this weapon a few months ago, and that's a pain in itself, because it's still fun to use. As you guys can see, it's real quick, but 100 fire rate. But it's a pain because it was probably one of the best weapons in the game. My opinion anyway, like real for what it is, you know what I mean, for being a pistol. Alright, and of course it being a pistol, as I mentioned. Perk cards under agility, we have Master Gunslinger, Gunslinger, Expert Gunslinger, all maxed out, White Knight, Adrenaline, Tank Killer, Crack Shot. These legendary perk cards, of course, these never change for me, they're all maxed out. Had these guys for quite some time. Yeah, so there you guys go. Good stuff. Yeah, so there you guys go. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and share with the channel. It really helps me out. I'd like to thank my channel members, Artistically Arranged, Boogaloo Bronson, Michael Edwards, Nigel Wiffen, Heather, Whitetribe, Robco, Mr. Shelton, Drake Stamps, Mr.Prince, NotMeButMeYesMeThatsMe, G33K, Drew, Andrew, Demon, Confoundedbridge. Thank you all so very much. And I hope you all have a nice day.